What up, YouTube? My name's Alex. So I just recently bought the complete Cobb Stage 1 kit. Got the Accessport with the entire intake system, so I'll show you guys real quick. Alright, so right here, this is the Accessport. It's pretty light, lighter than I expected it to be. It's the case that it came with. Quick start guide, pretty self-explanatory. You know, you just plug in this cable to the OBD2 port on the car. You got some mounting brackets here to throw on the car. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on my car yet for the time being. We'll see. That's just your USB cable plug into your computer if you want to download anything off their website, any other maps, things like that. And a card if you want to register the Accessport. Then the other side of the shipment was the entire intake portion of it. So the air filter, which is pretty cool, good quality, and I don't expect anything less from Cobb. But it's a lot bigger in person than I expected, which is nice to see. Then this guy right here, which probably goes in right underneath the intake, and put your MAF sensor in here. The tubing, I chose the blue over the black. Personally, I think it looks a little cooler. And then your heat shield here. So these rubber protectant sealants, whatever you want to call them, I'm assuming you have to probably throw on the perimeter of the heat shield. So I'll have to do that, and then these are, you know, comes with obviously all the nuts and bolts, and then every other bracket that you need. And also got a little license plate frame here, so I'm probably going to throw that in the car. I think it looks pretty cool. Yep, so this is everything that came in with the package. This is going to be my first mod to the car. I just have a nameless axleback exhaust, so pretty much stock. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Read good things about this online, so hopefully it's going to bring a little bit more power to the car in a simple way. So, alright, I'll show you guys the install. Right, so I live in an apartment building in the heart of Chicago, so I don't have much room to work with, you know, put stuff on my car and install stuff. I have a parking garage, so it's not, you know, living in the city isn't the best, most ideal place for a car person to be, but hey, what are you gonna do? That's where life takes you, that's what you gotta do. So, alright, walking out to my car. There she is. Really dirty right now, but gotta clean it soon. Let's open her up. Just connected the Accessport to the OBD2 port, so it's right down here under the driver's side. I'll show you guys. Right in there. I hope you can see that. It's pretty easy to find. I mean, you can't really miss it. So I've got the car off. Keys are not in the ignition. This is the first screen that popped up on my Accessport. Gives you instructions for the buttons. So I'm just going to go ahead and say OK and see what happens. Install the Accessport to your vehicle. Alright. Please wait while Accessport initializes communication. So I believe I gotta put the keys in the ignition. Verify they just okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Alright. Throwing it on to on. Please confirm that the vehicle matches the ID results. 2016 USDM WRX STi. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so these are your maps. Huh, this is cool. Anti-theft mode, stage 0, stage 1. So I'm gonna install the stage 1 without the intake, and then do a little comparison. I think that'd be cool to see if the intake actually really makes a difference or not. So, stage 1. Got to do the 93. Let me see, SF. Okay, so here we get into the. We got a lot of different stage 3. All right, so I'm assuming I'm not gonna do the SF. I'm gonna do these first ones here. So stage 1, 93. All right. Battery charge run. Please turn off headlights. Alright, so it's installing the map. This is pretty cool. First time I'm doing something like this, so Oh, it's doing it really quickly. 27%, 28%. That's nice. Good. Pretty pumped. Hope this is gonna turn out to be good. Finished installing the maps. Turn the ignition back on. Now it's resetting the ECU. Alright, installation successful. Please turn the ignition key to the off position for releasing these before starting. Alright, so I'm going to turn it off. Alright, click on continue. Remember to connect. Alright, so it tells you to just go on the website and connect. Okay, I think that was it. I'm going to turn the car on. And then, let's see how the gauges appear. That kind of scared me for a little bit. That took a while. I think that's normal because of the ECU, but whew, kind of scared there. All right. Good thing I didn't let go of the ignition. So, okay. Let's see. So, apparently we can look at some gauges here. All right. So, options for different gauges. Let's just go 6. See what it shows me. Alright, so okay. Press OK to start data logging. So I think it's trying to read the gauges. Well, they're all showing the same number, so I don't know if that's correct or not, if I'm doing something wrong. I'll keep playing with it. Alright, so I figured out how to play a little bit with the gauges, so I'll show you guys something real quick that for first timers and for noobs probably not going to know, and it took me a little bit of time to figure it out. So here, I'll show you guys real quick. So I went to the 1 gauge screen, and the default setting when you click into your gauges, so if you go to setup right here, change gauge layout, I'll show you all 6, the maximum amount of gauges you could have present. Hopefully you guys can see that. So the default one is this AF correction 1, which is one of these in the setup. If you configure it, it's all your data logging and everything that you would need if you want to, I guess, get a more sophisticated tune. So these are all the different selections you could choose, and there are, I think, 14 that are already pre-selected or by default in the Accessport. So these are the ones that they have that you would, I guess, when you're data logging, you'd want to keep track of. So there's a bunch here that, and you can click on any of these if you want to just keep track of them. So I don't know, fuel economy, if that's something you're in, that's a pretty simple one that everyone knows. You can keep track of that. So again, I didn't really know this. I was just kind of playing around and just Googling a little bit just to understand what these things and what the setup screen here is with the data logging. So I don't know too much about this. I'm not going to play around with it. I'm just going to leave it at that, but I'll show you guys how to adjust one of those gauges. So if you go back to the setup screen, you can actually go to the individual gauges like so. So they're highlighted in blue right there, which I didn't know you could do that. So I'll go back here. So this one, this top one here, if you click on it, it says change monitor. So what you do is you click on that, and then you have your options to say, okay, I want this to be, I just chose boost. So I'm just playing around with it. I don't know what in the world I did now. 1 second. Change gauge layout. Let's go back to 1 gauge just to keep it simpler. So yeah, so it's at boost. I don't know why this top screen doesn't want it. There we go. Okay, so this is my 1 gauge setup to at boost. So I was just curious to see how accurate this is from the boost gauge that comes in the car. So I'm just gonna rev a little bit. So I guess it's pretty accurate. Yeah, Anyway, that's how you select the different monitors and what you want the gauges to show. So neat little trick. Again, this is the first time I'm looking at this, so I'll play around with it some more. I'm probably going to take it for a quick little spin just to see if I can tell the difference. Also, another thing, within the SI drive, after you like upload the map and everything into the car and reset and everything's installed with the Accessport and married, your default is intelligent mode. Don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So make sure you go sport sharp, and just try and play around with it. So I'm going to take it for a quick spin. I don't have a wall mount or a car or window mount for my GoPro. As soon as I get that, I'll probably just do a quick little review while I'm driving the car and let you guys know. But yeah, that was the installation of the Accessport coming from a newbie. So have a good one, guys. Take it easy.